productive growth. Now for our crops to produce, whereby nitrogen is high in green because it supports vegetative growth. So this one will help flowers to be produced. It will also protect the flowers from falling off, and it will also ensure that the flower, every flower is turning into fruit and every fruit is maturing. It also reduces or improves on the shelf life of our produce. You know what makes your tomatoes to go bad, your vegetables to go bad, your flowers to go bad is because of the chemicals that are coming in the fertilizer. The chemical fertilizer we use, the pesticide we are using, that was what affected them. So if you are using this one, you find your produce to stay longer. And it also helps in improving the life of your crops, especially when the producing crops. Normally when you get a tomato, which is supposed to give you tomatoes for the next 6 months, sometimes it doesn't meet that time because it has got challenges of growing old within a very short specific time. They grow old before their real time. So it also reduces the aging process. Even the taste of the fruits, you find the fruits will be very tasty with a very good appearance and good quality. So this one is specifically for fruiting and maintaining our fruits. Fruits will not fall off. So our mangoes, our avocados, our tomatoes, green pepper, anything that goes into fruiting, then we use red.
Okay. Kando kwa mafaturo na haratu kukupura popo dia grow red. Vani kasi ngano yoku pameka wale no mdianse temu na makura di pire kukukumuka. Na harapu pura nya sensele tupasi hao stili ngwenye mumiaka raimango nye. Iti apa itemu na iti inene. Topombere nye ko kwina konike koma hakonti to chirepevu kuvura ipameke odonombia.
There are different methods that we can use. This is your tree, this is the ground. So normally you can make a basin around the tree. And in this basin you loosen all the soil that's in here. Then you make your solution, which is for every 10 liters of water, you are putting 50 mils. 50 mils in 10 liters of water. Hello. Then you water here with the 2 liters in the basin. You put 2 liters of that water into the basin. So this one will be enough for 5 trees. You can, if it is a very big tree, you can measure about 1 meter away. From that meter you dig deep. The first root that you are going to find, you cut it. Let's say I found this root, I've dug here, I found this root, then I cut it here. When you cut the root, you also take your 5 mils of diagonal and dilute it. 5 mils of diagonal. So if it is a tree which is in season, like we are saying, they are now about to start fruiting or flowering, then you are using red. But if it's off season, you are using green. So now you take your diagonal, you put it in a plastic, the 5 mils. Then you insert the root that you have cut, you are inserting into the diagonal. Then you tie it up, then you cover. So it's now taking that diagonal direct. That is what we call root infusion.
The question lies here now, before I come to that one, that root that you can put now, the chemical. So if you are using the one for specialist, the one for injection, so normally the plant, when they are injecting it every time, or I don't know, is a month or 2 to 3 months.
Injection method, you can only use it on bananas.
Only bananas.
The trees you cannot, because you know this the setup of the tree. A tree is very hard. It has got a very hard
to inject it. Yeah.
Because now, if you cut a tree, you find it has got rings,
Yeah.
And whenever it is absorbed, the capillary action in which movement is concentrated here of nutrients, water, and everything. So how can you inject a guava tree? Your injection will not get in. It's hard. But a banana you can inject. That is issue number one. So there is a method also that is used, which is almost similar to the injection, which is the drilling method. You drill in. But drilling now is very hard because you may even drill to the core and you damage the sheet. That's why we avoid the drilling method and concentrate on the root infusion, flushing, and spraying.
Okay. Now to that root that you cut and infuse the medicine or so that wound will not affect the plant itself continuously when you infuse.
Just imagine we are talking of a tree as big as that one. One small root will not even affect anything. But even in terms of infection, because already have put it in a plastic and tie it. There's nothing. There's nothing wrong.
So once you close up the hole, it's forever.
Yeah, you close up. When you want to do the next application, you are also digging another direction.
Oh, another direction. That's what
This
I
one can be
was.
once a month. Once a month. Just once a month.
Speak more about the banana. Where can I inject the
The banana now is like, this is the banana trunk here. So it has to be 1 meter from the ground. 1 meter from the ground. Then when it's 1 meter from the ground, it has to be standing 45 degrees. Like this. 45 degrees. That's your injection now, at 45. Then you insert it. The size of the injection is determined by the size of the trunk. Normally you can use like those long ones that we use for cattle. So you're inserting at 45 degrees. So you're also putting in 5 mils of undiluted. You are answered already.
That's mostly because the other one was already asked there. Now it's just for banana.
Yeah, so when you insert now the injection is in. You push slowly. Slowly. Don't push at once because you find the diagram coming back. So you push slowly and stop. Push slowly and stop until everything has been pushed in. Then you also wait to make sure that it is moving, it is being absorbed. Because once you insert, you push in and come back, then you find the diagram also coming back out. So you do it slowly, then you take it off. It's very simple.
Okay.
Oh, you want banana? Yeah, you don't have bananas here.
Yeah, you do.
You can talk to them. Normally bananas are planted, we do propagation, we don't have seeds. There are people who do seeds, but it's very rare to find those who do banana seeds. But normally we do propagation, you just get a small stem, plant it.
Like you should see something because your soil is.
Exactly. Sure. Because normally, because now we are saying we have got a soil that we are using. That soil must also contain something. So manure is very key in everything that we are doing. And we are also advocating for people to move away from these chemical fertilizers and use the organic methods. Like I said, what you are putting in is what you are eating. The fertilizers will eat them. Because even the taste of that produce will be even different. Find this, they are different, and funny taste coming out. You are eating the fertilizers, the pesticides, cancers. That's the problem. We are getting a lot of cancer because we eat on bananas. Yes, banana is one. You use diluted. You are putting 250, most 250 million. Yes, diluted. The undiluted is the root infusion and the injection.